NFT gaming isn't nearly as fascinating as you may expect. A corporation having lost over $600 million would normally be a significant deal. However, when I dug into the Ronin Network attack to figure out what had happened, I discovered something far more significant. I discovered that NFT gaming isn't the enjoyable pastime you believe it is. Some dark truths lurk at the heart of this enterprise, leading us from Vietnam to Venezuela, the Philippines, and beyond. How terrible can an industry be if squandering $600 million isn't considered a major setback? This hack demonstrated to me that this industry has some serious flaws. We witnessed the same thing in real life. Welcome to Cryptique, a channel that gives critical evaluation or analysis, especially in dealing with crypto. Everything regarding money, finance, investing, cryptocurrency, and blockchain-related topics including ICOs, NFTs, and yield farming. Non-fungible tokens, or better known as NFTs, are digital certificates of ownership that are not fungible. You've probably heard of NFTs selling for millions of dollars. Perhaps you've seen their inventive use in the gaming sector, where you can theoretically earn a job by playing. When I heard the headline of a $600 million NFT hack, I knew this was something that needed to be looked into. I had some inquiries. First and foremost, how do you squander $600 million? I imagined a wicked genius sneaking into a server room, connecting in while furiously typing away, and then snatching access and fleeing. It turned out that it wasn't all that difficult. On March 23rd, the network was hacked and 1 million of crypto tokens were stolen. This totaled more than $625 million. However, the fraud was only discovered 6 days later when a user attempted to withdraw money. It's the biggest cryptocurrency hack ever. Thousands of people were affected. So, what causes this? Bridges, though not the kind you drive across. Even the kind that a dentist squeezes into your mouth isn't the same. Rather, this is the kind that allows hackers to break into a network without being detected. Axie Infinity and the Ethereum network are linked by the Ronin Network. It's a path created within Axie Infinity to lower transaction costs. Axie Infinity is a game similar to Pokemon in which you train these adorable small digital monsters to love and trust you before cruelly leading them into a combat to gain money. As these creatures mature, they can be worth a shocking amount of money. Axie Infinity made $1.3 billion in revenue in the previous year and sold 2 Mystic Axies for $1 million each. This game has a huge amount of money running through it. But how does it get in and out? This is accomplished using Ethereum, a massive worldwide network fueled by Ether, the second biggest cryptocurrency. Here's where the bridge enters the picture. Imagine having cash on one end and Axie monsters on the other. Going from cash to Ethereum, then across the Ronin bridge, and lastly changing to Axies is a common method of doing so. This appears to be an excellent solution. Going the extra step and saving loads of cash on transaction fees. Incorrect. You don't need to accept my word for it. Vitalik Buterin, who understands a little more about Ethereum, said the same thing. Vitalik stated on Reddit that bridges are unsafe. Furthermore, he emphasized that tokens should be held on one blockchain instead of being transferred between chains as the Ronin network does. So bridges have flaws that need to be addressed. However, at least the network was as safe as possible, right? Again, incorrect. Although the bridge has several flaws, the network may have avoided this large fraud if validator nodes have been in place. To approve transactions on a blockchain, a collection of validator nodes is required. Consider them a bouncer on the outside of a blockchain-based bar. They verify your credentials and decide whether or not you can deal with them inside. This is usually effective, but the Ronin Network has only 9 of these bouncers to handle massive amounts of money in transactions. To make matters worse, a criminal only needs to fool 5 bouncers to get entry. So they did, seized the 5 validator keys, entered the pub, grabbed the cash, and fled with Tonga's GDP and other valuables.
You are what I say you are! Oh, God.
Who is to be held accountable for these mistakes? Validators, game creators, and a mix of everyone and everything? Axie Infinity and the Ronin Network are both run by the same firm, Sky Mavis. Their farm has been looted, the stable door has come loose, and the horse has had enough time to flee to the opposite side of the globe. Sky Mavis has responded by increasing the number of validator nodes they employ. Obviously, 9 wasn't enough. They've also started a fundraising effort with Binance, a cryptocurrency exchange, assisting them in raising $150 million to compensate affected players. However, more than $600 million has vanished, implying that the remaining funds will be drawn immediately for their balance sheet. Another issue is that the game was dropping players even before the hack, causing concern. There are fears that the game's economy would collapse if not enough new players are found. This is horrible, but it's only the beginning. See, I started to ponder who was the most harmed by this attack, aside from their balance sheet, of course. Who had put so much money into NFT gaming that they might lose everything owing to faulty bridges and a lack of validators. All of this money, after all, is owned by true people. Could it be crypto millionaires resting comfortably in their mansions, or would it be enjoyable gamers who play largely for fun and occasionally earning some money? It was an entirely different group of folks that I had anticipated. Because, while researching this, I realized that many gamers dislike the concept of NFT games. That, however, is illogical. You can earn money by playing games. What's not to appreciate about that for gamers? The experience of a young Canadian gamer, on the other hand, truly opened my eyes. Christian is his name. He was deep into the stalker video game, accustomed to battling and searching for concealed foes in the Chernobyl exclusion zone. When the game developer announced that NFTs will be included in Stalker 2, his beloved game, Christian started protesting. He wasn't alone either. Thousands of gamers united together online in the privacy of their homes but gathered together nonetheless. They said that the developer was just interested in increasing profits rather than improving the gaming experience. This is a widespread issue among gamers, and it's one of the main reasons why they despise NFTs. In this situation, the developers paid attention. They eventually caved into player outrage and announced that NFTs would not be used in the sequel. This type of story is becoming more common, and it has an intriguing result. Players responded angrily to developers seeking to utilize in-game NFTs in Ghost Recon, while the MetaWorms NFT project was also discontinued after similar complaints. This is something we keep seeing. However, it would be unfair to assume that all gamers despise NFTs with the same intensity as they despise glitches, spoilers, and cutaway scenes that cannot be skipped. However, it appears that the bulk of them do not wish to use the tokens. But hold on a second. How do we justify $600 million stacking up and then being hacked from Axie Infinity users if many gamers choose not to use NFTs? Who actually plays the game? The fact that Axie Infinity is a play-to-earn game is crucial in this scenario. It's not really for dedicated gamers, but rather for individuals who would like to earn money online and treat it like a career rather than a hobby. The Philippines accounted for over half of all Axie users at one point. The majority of gamers come from nations with lower living costs, which has an interesting effect. It allows people to pay their bills while enjoying a game. That sounds fantastic. However, there is an issue with the game's economic concept. It's been referred to as a pyramid scheme, a Ponzi scheme, or just unsustainable. The issue is that new players must pay for their first 3 monsters before they can begin playing. And the cost of getting started can be pretty significant, ranging from $150 to $1,000. This isn't the best business strategy, because the individuals who need to make a living by grinding through a monster combat game are the same individuals who can't afford to spend $1,000 to get started. So, what exactly do they do? They are employed by someone who can provide them with their first monsters. This person then receives a 75% portion of their revenue. Some organizations have teams with thousands of players. Scholars are the entry-level players, and the Pay It Forward Guild concept demonstrates how this works. They employ over 30 scholars to struggle through NFT games like Axie Infinity. The rewards are usually quite modest. Furthermore, the corporation has been chastised in the past for terminating employees who do not put in sufficient hours. This is a little contradictory. On one end, this may be viewed as a less expensive method to try out an NFT game and see whether it is right for you without making a large initial commitment. On the other hand, this could be seen as a new type of digital surf culture in which players must devote hours every day working up their monsters and accumulating points, mostly for the advantage of their managers. The overwhelming majority of users play the game to make money, not to have fun, and it's surely not the worst profession on the planet. So, if you think this video has clarified some things for you, please consider liking it and clicking that bell button to be notified of our new videos. Also, you might want to consider subscribing to our channel. It'll really help us out. Back to our video. However, most people's ideal metaverse does not include gamers from underdeveloped nations grinding away in a game. People in third world countries grinding on games like this, according to Tim Morton, CEO of Frost Giant Studios, sounds like a little gloomy. Others believe that this is only the start of a really fascinating space that will take years to develop. Some of the reports from Argentina cheered me, where the opportunity to make money has motivated those who have been pounded by inflation of 50% or more. Those that intend to make a good income from NFTs, on the other hand, tend to be higher up the food chain. Barbie, an Argentinian digital artist, and Pablo, an NFT trader, are examples of this. Barbie sees a potential to make money off of her own work rather than just getting likes on social media. It is so she can attract a global audience and gain top dollar from her paintings. Pablo spends nearly 12 hours a day trading NFTs, seeking to buy and sell them for profit. All of this is taking place in a nation where the jobless rate is over 11%. Barbie and Pablo are examples of those who have identified NFTs as a viable option of monetizing their expertise. However, players that make career on Axie Infinity do not have the same advantages. Then, there's the threat of hackers snatching the money they've worked so hard to accumulate over the years. These are the individuals who have been affected by the Ronin hack. These individuals suffer the most. NFTs have a lot of potential and could lead us jump into a truly interesting metaverse, one in which people will be able to live and work from home if they so desire. However, let's not turn the metaverse into a virtual representation of a tumultuous world. The hack of the Ronin Network taught me a few things. The uniqueness of this technology struck me. When hazards are identified, we must address them seriously. I don't think we'll ever see a day when every game is played to earn. That is simply not the case in economics. If a game is enjoyable and profitable, the number of individuals who know about it and eventually play it will naturally drop. Unfortunately, due to supply and demand, most employment in gaming will remain just that. Although, that's not to say money can't be produced. I discovered a couple techniques to actually earn during my investigation. You can try to get in on a game before it becomes popular. This implies getting in at a lesser price and reaping the benefits of large price increases afterwards. The first individuals to join Axie Infinity were the biggest money makers. Of course, saying it is easier than doing it. It's difficult since not every micro game will become big. This is why we must think creatively. Is it really that profitable for you to pursue a method that's already set up for you? Here's what I'm talking about. If someone creates a step-by-step system for you to use to make money, your earnings will always be constrained since the system creator will take a portion, and supply and demand will always be in play. The system builder understands that they only require to spend a certain amount of money to get employees to do the work. That's why you will not witness an Uber driver earning $2,000 per hour, since someone else will do it for $1,000, $100, or even $20 per hour. People will do anything for less until they find that sweet spot. As a result, you must consider alternatives to pre-built solutions. How can you make anything yourself and set your own rates on the marketplace? Perhaps you specialize in artwork, creating tutorials, producing development tools, or creating content for the game. It's not simple. However, because it is difficult, fewer people are doing it, and there is where the potential lies. So be imaginative. And with that, this concludes our video. Acquired a lot of knowledge from this? We recommend checking out our other relevant videos from our channel. Also, consider sharing this video to any friends or family members who might find it useful. Until next time!